Who's the best player in the country?
To the media or me?
As you see it.
I feel like I'm the best player in the country.
Okay, who's the second best player in the country?
It all begins with a simple question. Who's the best player in the country? Not according to the media, not according to the pundits, but as you see it. If you ask Caitlyn Clark, the Indiana Fever's sharpshooting sensation, she's got an answer ready, delivered with the quiet confidence of someone who lets her game do the talking. I feel like I'm the best player in the country, she says, her words carrying the weight of a career built on breaking records and defying expectations. No bravado, no theatrics, just a statement of fact from a player who's been rewriting the WNBA's script since she stepped onto the court. But who's the second best? That's where the conversation gets spicy. Enter Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed Bayou Barbie, whose larger-than-life persona and college stardom promised to set the WNBA ablaze. Reese strutted into her professional preseason debut with the swagger of a rock star, only to find herself performing to an audience so small it could have fit in a minivan. Meanwhile, Clark was out there turning preseason games into must-see TV, pulling in viewership numbers that made ESPN executives do cartwheels. So, what happened? How did one player become the WNBA's golden goose, while the other became a cautionary tale about the dangers of hype? Let's break it down. The Caitlyn Clark effect. A star is born. Caitlyn Clark didn't just arrive in the WNBA. She crash-landed like a meteor, leaving a crater of shattered records and stunned defenders in her wake.
Young lady, nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA additionally for you. This is all about Caitlyn.
From her days at Iowa, where she became the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, to her seamless transition to the pros, Clark has been a one-woman revolution. Her preseason debut with the Indiana Fever wasn't just a game. It was a cultural event. Fans packed arenas, social media buzzed like a beehive, and TV ratings soared to heights the WNBA hadn't seen in years. In just 19 minutes of play, Clark dropped 16 points, grabbed 6 rebounds, and dished out 5 assists, all while looking like she was having the time of her life. What makes Clark so special? It's not just her Steph Curry-esque range or her ability to drain three-pointers from the parking lot. It's her work ethic, her humility, and her knack for making basketball look like performance art. Clark plays with a purpose, as if every possession is a chance to prove something, not to the doubters, but to herself. She's the kind of player who makes you cancel dinner plans just to watch her warm up, and the numbers back it up. Her games have consistently drawn millions of viewers, with her Fever debut pulling in ratings that rivaled major men's sports events. On our YouTube channel, we've been crunching the data, and it's clear. Clark isn't just a star, she's a phenomenon. But it's not just about the stats.
Caitlyn Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of
Clark has that rare ability to transcend sports, crossing over into pop culture like a modern-day Michael Jordan. Her highlights go viral faster than a cat video, shared by everyone from SportsCenter to your grandma who doesn't even watch basketball. Non-sports fans are tuning in saying, "I don't know who this is, but she's electric." Even the halftime shows during her games generate more buzz than most players' entire careers. It's no wonder the WNBA is riding the Clark wave, with private planes, sold-out arenas, and a newfound spotlight, all thanks to her gravitational pull. Angel Reese, the hype train derails now. Let's talk about Angel Reese. If Clark is the quiet storm, Reese is the loud hurricane. Or at least, that's what she thought she was. Coming off a stellar college career at LSU, where she led her team to a national championship and earned a reputation as a trash-talking, spotlight-stealing force, Reese entered the WNBA with sky-high expectations. She dubbed herself the Bayou Barbie, a nickname that screamed confidence and marketability. The media ate it up, with outlets like Forbes touting her as the face of the WNBA's new era. On paper, Reese had it all: charisma, endorsements, and a fan base that hung on her every Instagram post. But then came her WNBA preseason debut with the Chicago Sky, and, well, let's just say it was less blockbuster and more straight to DVD. Reese walked onto the court like she was headlining a Beyoncé concert, decked out in glitter and swagger, only to find herself playing to a crowd so sparse it could have been mistaken for a family reunion. The TV ratings?
Wait a minute, correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for elevating the WNBA dump. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for taking the dump and turning it into an...
They didn't just flop, they plummeted to depths that made even tumbleweeds change the channel. If viewership had a basement, Reese's game broke through it and started digging toward the Earth's core. On our YouTube channel, we've been joking that her game had fewer viewers than a tutorial on how to fold socks. Harsh? Maybe. True? Absolutely. So what went wrong? For starters, Reese's performance didn't live up to the hype. While Clark was out there dropping buckets and breaking records, Reese was struggling to find her rhythm, her shots clanking off the rim like a toddler playing with a toy hoop. Reese, on the other hand, is learning the hard way that clout doesn't equal viewers. Her preseason debut was a ratings disaster, with viewership so low it barely registered on the charts. To put it in perspective, a random YouTube livestream of a guy reviewing fast food burgers probably pulled more eyeballs. On our YouTube channel, we've been digging into the data, and the contrast is stark.
It is a nicely polished turd. It almost looks appealing. Almost. Of course, it's still not appealing enough to generate...
Clark's games are appointment television, while Reese's feel like a public access channel airing at 3 a.m. Even social media, where Reese usually thrives, was eerily quiet. No viral clips, no trending moments, just a slow, awkward silence that screamed, "Maybe we overhyped this." The irony? Reese reportedly went ballistic when she saw the ratings, as if the numbers were a personal attack. On our YouTube channel, we've been joking that she expected applause, fireworks, and maybe a holographic Jay-Z intro. Instead, she got a televised cricket concert. It's a classic case of building a brand on noise, only to be met with the ultimate insult: silence. And when she allegedly stormed out of a press event after being asked about the ratings, it only fueled the narrative that she's more diva than deliverer. The cultural context: hype versus hustle. This isn't just a story about two players, it's a microcosm of the WNBA's growing pains and the broader cultural dynamics at play.
Profit, but I guess the WNBA is taking baby steps. I mean, what's one more year of multi-million...
The league has long struggled to capture mainstream attention, often overshadowed by the NBA and other major sports. But in recent years, thanks to players like Clark, the WNBA is finally getting its moment in the sun. Private planes, bigger TV deals, and sold-out arenas are all part of the new reality, and Clark's drawing power is a big reason why. Reese, meanwhile, represents a different approach, the influencer-athlete hybrid. In an era where social media can make or break a career, Reese leaned hard into her persona, banking on charisma and headlines to carry her to stardom. And for a while it worked. Her college antics, trash-talking opponents, flashing championship rings, made her a media darling. But the WNBA isn't college, and professional sports don't hand out participation trophies. Fans want results, not just attitude, and Reese's inability to deliver on the court has exposed the limits of hype without substance. On our YouTube channel, we've been debating whether Reese's struggles are a product of unfair expectations or self-inflicted wounds. The truth probably lies somewhere in between. The WNBA, desperate for stars, hyped her as the next big thing, setting her up for a fall when she couldn't match Clark's on-court brilliance. At the same time, Reese's reliance on flashover fundamentals didn't help her case. As one commenter on our channel put it, "You can't TikTok your way to a triple-double." The race card and the real talk let's address the elephant in the room: race. Some of Reese's defenders have cried foul, arguing that her lack of viewership is a product of bias or even a conspiracy against black players. On our YouTube channel, we've tackled this head-on, and here's the deal. This isn't about race, it's about results.
4 for $4 meal. I could get chicken nuggets, a junior bacon cheeseburger, value fries, and a drink. Sprite preferably if they don't have root beer. And I can get all that.
Clark, who's white, isn't dominating because of privilege. She's dominating because she's putting up numbers that make jaws drop. Reese, who's black, isn't struggling because of her race. She's struggling because her game hasn't translated to the pros yet. The comparisons to Steph Curry are apt for Clark, whose long-range shooting and playmaking echo the NBA superstar's style. Reese, by contrast, has been likened to a baby giraffe on the court, uncoordinated and relying on sheer volume to get points. It's not a racial critique, it's a basketball one. As one of our YouTube regulars put it, if you're throwing up 85 shots to get 2 buckets, that's not a conspiracy, that's a problem. The WNBA is a meritocracy, and right now Clark is earning her spotlight while Reese is still looking for the stage. The bigger picture. What's next for the WNBA? The Clark-Reese saga is more than just a rivalry. It's a turning point for the WNBA. The league is at a crossroads, with unprecedented attention and investment on the line. Clark's success is proof that the right player can elevate the entire sport, drawing in casual fans and corporate sponsors alike. But the WNBA can't afford to put all its eggs in one basket, and that's where Reese's story becomes a cautionary tale. The league needs stars who can back up their hype with performance, not just personalities who make headlines. On our YouTube channel, we've been speculating about what's next for both players.
Some comments about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlyn Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I love black people. Mwah, 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 mwah.
For Clark, the sky's the limit. She's already being compared to legends like Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird, and her ability to stay grounded amid the hype suggests she's built for the long haul. For Reese, the path is trickier. She's got the talent to be a solid pro, but she'll need to focus on her game rather than her brand. The WNBA isn't the place for kazoo solos. It's a league that demands firewall.
This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlyn Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shooting.